chance that there's something there that we haven't seen, which we didn't have in the previous iteration of this.
If you're a Niners fan, you wanted to see what it's going to look like, right? And not only did it look, they looked fantastic.
Yeah.
And that has to give you a lot of hope.
Now you want to see what it looks like when it gets bad.
No Deebo Samuel?
Yeah, when you're down by a couple touchdowns and it's 3rd and 9.
We'll see.
And the expectation is that Samuel comes back during the regular season, which obviously is great news and necessary news for that team. But the reality of it is, like, it's not about whether he can be good. It's not about whether they can still win the division. That's a Super Bowl team that loses their quarterback this late in the season. Can they win the Super Bowl with this kid at quarterback?
No, this guy has a really high floor, but his ceiling, I mean, I think we're a little bit of a prisoner of the moment here. He's only played basically a game and a half here, and I'm encouraged like everybody else, but Greeny, against some of these better defenses that he's going to see, and that's not Tampa this year, and the pressure packages, I'm just not sure he could do it so soon. It's a great story for now, but when you go against Philly and Dallas specifically and their defenses, although this team is built to do a lot of things like run after the catch with Kittle and CMC, I just don't think he'll be able to stand toe-to-toe with those teams.
But what about their defense? I mean, that's the thing. You may not have to score a ton of points to win games for the 49ers.
In the playoffs, you have to make consequential plays.
You can't count on winning around your quarterback. At some point, you need to win.
I
because
agree. That's why I never liked the 49ers in the first place.
That's what they were doing before. Market, can they win the Super Bowl with Mr. Irrelevant as their quarterback?
No.
Thank you.
No. I wanted to say yes so bad, but no, I don't believe so, because I think it really lies into what Foxy and Mike T just said. The high leverage moments, we just don't know. And us saying no is saying something that we've never seen, to your point, G, when you open this segment up. We won't know until Brock Purdy gets there. What I will tell you is he adds an element to this offense that I think they tried to draft with Trey Lance, and that's a little bit of athleticism, which make this team more difficult to from the quarterback position than when you had Jimmy Garoppolo. But we don't, look, man, Jalen Hurts, obviously, you're looking at Philly as the best team in the NFC. There will be a point in this playoff run, or maybe later in this season, where it's going to be about Brock Purdy lifting people around him, as opposed to the defense playing so well. I don't know that for sure, but usually that's what tends to happen in the NFL based on our history of watching this game. So I'm nervous about saying it because of the greatness of Kyle Shanahan and his ability to call plays and what Brock Purdy is surrounded by. But this league has always told us that your quarterback eventually is going to have to be that guy, like Patrick Mahomes had to be against that great defense with the San Francisco 49ers.
Look, which is my point. If you like the 49ers in the Super Bowl with Garoppolo, everything you said about Brock Purdy can be said about Garoppolo in terms of when it comes down to him in the playoffs, he hasn't delivered. That is true, no matter what everybody wants to say about the team's playoff record around him.
I wonder what prop bet odds you could have gotten before the season. There would be an NFL playoff game this year started by Brock Purdy against Taylor Heineke. I think that would have been a fascinating bet to try and make.
He looked good though. He looks good, fellas.
He looks better.
He looked good against Tampa, man.
He's looking for 10 minutes here. I mean, it's 2 games.
And the other thing that
I know, Mike T.
The other thing we know about him, Marcus, is that the teams that play against him, their quarterbacks, desperately need new security. Let's roll that.
I know some people in this league need security. Everybody ain't getting dumped around here. This long gone mother-in-law, he needs a new security guard. They better find somebody quick. Athleticism is a trait of being a security guard. And when you don't have none, you get your quarterback killed by a little guy. Like when the big dude run up on one of the little dudes, and then you find out he a damn MMA fighter and you get beat to sleep. You need new security.
All right, Dominic snuck a pancake block into the first hour of our show today, so Slugger now gets his revenge with security. Take it, big fella.
Well, we're going to start this thing off with the word limitation, because that's where the New York Giants are now, and they get behind, and they got to drop Daniel Jones back in 3- and 5-step drops, including Tyrod Taylor, and the Philadelphia Eagles to the tune of 7 total sacks on the day. but 4 on Daniel Jones. He needed new security. It was not Saquon. He only ran for 28 yards. It was not the genius of Brian Daboll calling plays. It was just drop back Daniel Jones with no weapons on the outside, and no weapon forms against you shall prosper except for the Philadelphia defensive line. He needed new security against that Philadelphia Eagles line. My man Ryan Tannehill, this was first overall pick, finally came to the party, Trayvon Walker, and you needed new security. He not only beat the tight end, because we always like saying, Coach, don't block the DN with the tight end. He beat the tackle too. And I know Tannehill was looking over there saying, didn't we devote 2 guys to the guy? Didn't we go to church and pray that we would put 2 people on these outside rushes and not just the tight end? Tannehill, you needed new security. And last but not least, y'all, I hated to do this one. This one really bothered my soul.
Oh, no.
But Mike White, I apologize in advance. And to you, G, sir, I know all of these guys become names of your children or your dogs, and this is exactly what it looked like. It looked like some dogs was chasing Mike White. And I apologize for putting this on here to Mike White. I apologize to his family. I apologize to the doctor that had to see Mike White after this game. He needed new security, and Leslie Frazier and the Buffalo Bills and Matt Milano did not give a damn that his security was not up to par. If you want a safe club, if you want to serve beverages, if you want everybody to be happy and have a good time, and they walk out the back with the little things shining and they shooting up because somebody has ordered $5,000 worth of bottles, then don't hire the security that Mike White had. Allow somebody better to do that, because your ribs might not survive it.
I actually announced my retirement during this game. I couldn't, Dominique, I couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't watch what they were doing. They were diving through him, cutting him in half, holding them, and look at that. I thought we were protecting quarterbacks.
I feel worse now.
The 2 is looking at Saturday night.
Exactly.
Can I have a truth moment?
Watching
That's
that
the defense he's got to
getting
play.
set to go up there in the snow.
Can I have a truth moment, G?
Go, quick.
Yeah. So I'm talking to Julian last night, one of the producers. I was like, Jules, do you think it's okay to put this on here? Jules was like, yeah. I mean, he does need new security, and now I feel terrible for putting it on here. So it's Julian's fault. It is not my fault.
Julian
it's
under the
Jules'
bus.
fault. Julian, this is your fault.
Get in there, Joe.
That's Julian Goldstick. We all blame him completely.
That's not right.
That's exactly right. In fact, Robert
shouldn't have
Saleh
put it
just
on there.
named him the
I
backup
shouldn't have
quarterback
put
for
it
this
on
weekend. All right, as we continue, Philly's finest, Jalen Hurts and the Eagles are flying high. Is it them and everyone else? We will answer that question after we see if Graziano can answer this one. Dan, which Super Bowl champion had the highest scoring margin in the season that they won it? The most dominant champs of all time. Next, Get Up on ESPN.